puts it up. Yes, sir! What a lucky shot! Another last-second escape. Ramon Fernandez comes up with a winning basket. That is the worst. Yes! Yes! Number one is in heavy traffic. He puts it out. Open again. Yes, sir. Alvin Pastramaño. Sumabay ka pa. Si Baran. May kasama bang foul. Breaks the rules. Kelly Williams for the flush.
Yeah. What a shot! An amazing shot by J.J. Alcazar.
It doesn't get any better than this.
What a play!
Right in the heart of the metropolis here in Cubao, Quezon City, the Araneta Coliseum is where Solar TV comes to you for our continuing coverage of the 35th season of your Philippine Basketball Association. The players have gotten ready. They are now on the floor. Joseph Vio, Jonas Villanova, all focused on the task at hand as the San Miguel Beermen try and wrap up their semifinal series against the BMEC Derby Ace Llamados here in game number 5 for the first game, while later on, it is a basketball purist dream as a 2-all tie will be broken. Talk and Text will take on Alaska. Good afternoon, basketball fans. Magu Marjon here on the floor of the Big Dome, and as we mentioned, San Miguel will be trying to wrap this series up and barge back into the finals with a chance to defend their title. Let's see how this series has shaped up so far. Here in this graphic, 3-1, the San Miguel Beermen and BMEC Derby Ace after splitting the first 2 games. San Miguel plus 13 in the first game and BMEC escaping by 1 in the second. San Miguel has won by an average of 6 points in games 3 and 4 to take triple match point into game number 5, and let's see if they can wrap this baby up. It is going to be the San Miguel Beermen taking on the BMEC Derby Ace Llamados, coming at you here on Solar TV.
Here's Ontiveros, open look. Yes, sir! Number Ontiveros with a big basket. The San Miguel Beermen will have a commanding 3-1 series lead. A hard-earned victory here.
Guys, iinan na natin ngayon. We gotta make sure we play good defense.
Hey, look at the score. They're practically giving it to us. But we have to take it. We can go after it.
Outside, James Yap fakes. James Yap fires. Yes, sir!
Alright, they're playing all Filipino. This is the time. Let's go.
Tough uphill climb now para sa BMEC Derby Ace. Bodies flying all over the place.
Look at that chest to chest, huh?
You know what? San Miguel has been in the conference finals 30 times, and they have the most wins with 18, and they want to be in another one, what with a 3-1 lead here today. They're hoping that BMEC Derby Ace will not catch a second win, you know, because 2 teams have done it before. And interestingly enough, one of those teams was Pure Foods when they came back against Alaska in 2006. I'm with the doctor this afternoon, and San Miguel poised to wrap it up, but it's really up to BMEC here today.
Well, yes, obviously San Miguel has the big advantage after coming up with a very important victory in game number 4. A lot of people thought that the Llamados would be able to tie that series at 2-all and make it a best of 3. But San Miguel had different ideas. And I think they played very good defense, especially against the import, against James Shop. And really not a tired team, can you say, of the Llamados, but more of the fact that where can they get their points from. Their scoring is all right. The rebounding is something of a suspect, and obviously they would like to improve on that. But everything else, you know, has belonged to the Beermen in number of points, in field goal percentage, about 14 rebounds differential, about 6 assists per ball game, and more fast break points. So where is the vaunted BMEC defense plus the BMEC offense?
Okay, those are the question marks that have to be answered in this game. And you were beginning to talk about Washam as well as James Yap with their averages going down just a tad, being marked in this series.
Well, obviously the big factor there is Washam, 22.5%, but only 30% field goal. That means he's taking a lot of shots. With the number of shots he's taking, obviously he should be averaging 35 if he was any close to being well. I don't think that number is too bad for James Yap. He would be happy 22 points a ball game. So it's about 3 points down. But the percentage of the team is what's really bringing them down. And you have to give credit to the San Miguel Beermen for their defense.
On the other hand, they've got an awesome foursome. I remember you in the last game in the coverage you did with Miguel. You mentioned that if Jay Washington plays well, it usually means that San Miguel will win the game. And they've had great numbers from Washington.
Well, the big games that they have won, Washington has really delivered. But I think another big factor here is Santos being able to defend against Washington and actually matching his numbers in the previous game as far as points. I think Washington should stop going to the low post if he cannot post up a Santos. I think he should start playing in the perimeter and get screens for him to be able to take his shots.
So for BMEC here to sort of win this game and make it 3-2, it's got to be a defensive job more than anything else, do you think?
Defensive job, but they have to get their offense because no matter what you do, San Miguel's offense is going to come into the picture. They just have too many scorers on that team. The important thing is to get scoring from their top 5.
And that will be a constant search for BMEC Derby Ace in the course of the game. And so far, San Miguel dictating the flow of the series with BMEC winning only the second encounter. And that was very close as that, 95-94, wherein BMEC raced back from 18 points down to be able to turn that game around.
Well, the way you mentioned it, Seth, if you look at the lineups there, nothing different for both teams. San Miguel really has controlled this series. The only game that they've lost, they still controlled it until the very end, wherein Washington came up with these heroics in the ending. But so it is for BMEC to do something different today. And that's a good attack to the basket and a nice pass there to Rodriguez.
And they're off and running early on. Derby Ace draws first blood, and Cabagnot working with Gabe Freeman, Jay Wash. Arwin Santos gets a starting cue here, and Don Hontiveros, the foursome, making up the bulk of that starting lineup. Shot clock down to 6, just 30 seconds have been played. Freeman, fingers assigned to him.
Tough shot there for Gabe Freeman, but he still made it. Shot clock was obviously putting a lot of pressure on him, and the defense was there by Mark Fingers.
Do you believe in those things when they say a team is tired, or these are high-level teams?
I've never believed in that. I mean, they had their own pressure because they had to go to the ringer in the quarterfinal series. But I never believe in a team that's tired. I think when a team is playing well, the adrenaline is enough to really pump you up and really play well. You look at a lot of the games, when you are playing well, you run a lot better, you run your offense better, you run your fast break better. You play a hard air defense. So the important thing is not to be intimidated by the opponents.
And let's remember, these are young people. And they will be all pumped up to play the game of their life. As Hontiveros gives San Miguel a slight lead at this early juncture.
Well, you don't like that if you are BMEC because an offensive rebound by not really a big player in the person of Hontiveros. So who was the guy defending against him? Who was the guy who was supposed to take him out of that possible rebound?
And you and Miko had mentioned the fact that the rebounds was a problem because, Derby is not exactly a small team. They also have height. There's that drive by James Yap.
Yeah, you're correct as James makes his first 2 points of the ball game. Actually, BMEC has dominated other teams in the rebounding department. It's San Miguel that they are faltering.
Oh, yun nga. Here's Jay Wash, who seems to be the barometer player for San Miguel as Cabagnot finds a way home.
Well, eventually, if they're going to play that kind of defense, I'm going to expect BMEC to go to the zone because too much penetration, too much high percentage shots for San Miguel, taking a 2-point lead right now.
What you want them to do is to try it from the outside as Washington's shot pops out. They're down by 2. Dumadami bandage sa kanang braso ni Cabagnot. Samantala, Arwin Santos, who's had a spectacular series, fires off and connects early. I like the point you made over the fact that Santos not only delivered offensively, but also did well defensively against the import of BMEC.
Well, he had 12 points. I think he matched the 12 points. The import had 9 rebounds. I think he had 5. And a good block there by Gabe Freeman of James Yap.
Shot clock at 6.
Now this is the time they should go to Washington because he only has Hontiveros there. Another block on the inside.
2 rejections, but still Fingers keeping his wits about him, managed to deliver. They come within 3 points.
Well, Pingris has 2 points. He has an assist. He's playing defense against the toughest player on the other side, and that's Gabe Freeman, last year's most valuable import, and looking for another one.
Oh, yes, indeed, and a ton of energy at that as well. As J-Watch tries to look for room, succeeds.
Well, like I said, that man-to-man offense of BMX not working for them. They're spread out too far, and what San Miguel is doing, they know that BMX is a team that likes to put pressure all the way onto the top. No? So what they're doing is they're spacing well and they're spreading it out real well. That's going to be intercepted. We're going to have our first stop here.
Absolutely, Dr. J and the Yaput slam dunk puts an exclamation point on this early run by San Miguel. They're in front by 7. Back with us, 7-point lead by San Miguel. Magoo, you were supposed to start us up, but let's get back to you.
You know, Sav, after surviving 2 do-or-dies in the quarters versus Rain or Shine, Coach Ryan Gregorio believes that as a franchise, they have proven time and again that they have incredible survival instincts. This might just be why the Llamados in the dugout earlier looked relaxed and pressure-free heading into this game. Coach Ryan likens their situation to surviving a shipwreck. They now just have to cling on to anything they can by out-hustling, out-rebounding, and doing extraordinary things to keep their tournament alive. Oh, also, Coach Ryan will not be afraid to go all Filipino for stretches here and go deeper into his bench if Tony Washam's legs wouldn't cooperate, and let his locals, who are oozing with pride, carry the fight. Sir?
Boy, shipwreck, what a metaphor to be using. Survival. That's a nightmare.
Well, the first substitution came after the timeout. Paul Artadi coming in for Roger Yap. Roger is another player that you can say is a guide whether how BMEG plays. The guy that has been really playing hard here at the top of the game for BMEG is Mark Pingris. You can see he's very intense. He's done the right things. It just so happened that Gabe Freeman has been scoring well and already has 6 points in the ball game. But a split charity there for Rafi Ribis. It's still a 6-point lead here for the Beermen.
Using Magoo's metaphor, Freeman is probably the biggest shark that will threaten those at sea for BMEG Derby A's. In the meantime, the pop from the outside, J-Wash hits the tad short as Artadi tries to spearhead the attack. Taas ng dribble niya. Reminds you of a player named Ray Franco.
Yeah.
Taas ng dribble na, hindi tinatawagan ng palming yun. Nearly. Completed. London waits for the rest of the white-shirted crew. Getting it.
And an offensive foul is called.
No, they didn't give it.
And again, you see Mark Pingris never giving up on the play. He's been doing well offensively, defensively. He never backed down from a guy charging at him. And the offensive foul was called. That could have been a 3-point play if it had been called the other way.
The other way. You know, what I like about the point you made about Pingris is the minute he decided and sort of came to terms with the fact that he's going to do other things aside from scoring, his game definitely improved. I'll just rebound, I'll defend, I'll get follow-ups. In the meantime, the ball is lost. Right, the Llamados down by 6.
James Love surprisingly passed on an open shot that he probably can take. He may not have made it, but there are possible offensive rebounders underneath the basket.
I think they want him to fire up a big game here today. That layup is not bite. Another layup, but somehow better defense as the ball is taken away. Artadi pushes it up and waits for the table to be set. Inside we go to Pingris. Dancing around, gets the short-range shot.
6 points already in the ball game for Mark Pingris. An assist, a good defensive stop, 2 rebounds already in the ball game.
Moved well without the ball, and now they're within 4. Coming down below 6 minutes here in our first game. Later on, of course, we'll have talk in Texas and Alaska with that series tied. There's a whistle.
Taddy called for that foul by our referee here, Maurilio. Our other referees are Noy Kiligen and Mangibin, Romy Mangibin.
67, 74, 84. Hindi ho grades nila yan. Mga shirt nila ho yan. Samantala, here's Arwin Santos. Washam said hello. Gabe Freeman, he likes these big games. Looking forward to another finals performance, I guess. As here comes James Yap along the right flank. He gallops into
Nice
this pass. Pingris. Frustrated that pass was so neat he couldn't deliver on that shot. Arwin fires that jumper offline. But Washington is there. Shot clock continues to tick away.